statistics that I managed to pick is that 80% of the youth that we are keeping in prisons come from the urban setups. And what Madame needed to explain also is that the ghetto is an informal settlement that collects people from different walks of life in the urban centers. And normally these are victims of rural urban migration excitement. And as they come, their family setup is wanting, their moral fabric is almost non-existent, and they have this level, the element of hopelessness. Their hope levels are very low. So you have talked about the challenges. When we have these numbers, we have established that actually 90% of these young men and women that come from these urban setups are illiterate. Irrespective of the universal education, these people don't fit in any formal setup that you can think about. And now, of course, when you are going to go to rehabilitation, you find it easy to rehabilitate a person who has had a knowledge of reading and writing. Okay. And that's why up tomorrow, the illiteracy levels in prisons are so high. And that's why we decided to start with two prong, actually three. We have what we call formal education, then we have what we call functional adult literacy. Because we don't have anybody below 18, so they are adults, but they don't know how to read, they don't know how to write. So you first have to engage them in those processes. Then after that, that's when now you go to the vocational training, skillings, and the other thing. Now, what is absurd is that the entry on entry medical examination has given us a statistics of 85% of them having a medical condition. Okay. And more especially with the venereal diseases. And that's why, of course, the environment they live in gives them a very high prevalence of disease, and especially communicable diseases, and then perhaps the problem the other side. We also, the statistics show that 69% of these urban-oriented offenders are on drugs. And because of drugs, when they reach there, now they are on withdrawal because the drugs are not there. They exhibit very many medical conditions. They require a lot of psychosocial support, and it's not easy. Now, we also made some studies about reoffending. While we are thumping our chest that our reoffending levels have moved from 15 years back, it was 52%. Now we are at 13.7%, meaning that out of 100 people who go through our system after conviction and manage the sentence, out of 100, only about 14 come back. 86 don't come back. Now, the statistics for the ghetto is not rosy, because it's about 40% of those people who have come from the ghetto, they end up relapsing through reoffending. We call it recidivism. And that one is actually a very big worry. Now, one of the other biggest challenges are the characteristics that they exhibit. Because a prison is like a dustbin. You'll get a professor, you'll get a businessman, you'll get a chicken thief, everybody is there. Now, but when they are in this big community, you quickly realize they have certain characters which are unique compared to the rest of the inmates. First of all, you find that they have queer characters. They are jittery, they are vulgar, they are, and in terms of even treatment, they are hardened, they are desperate, they are apathetic. You find them, even when you give the normal food, we find them in that kind of need and greedy group. Then you find them vulnerable because they have not been exposed to different aspects. They can easily be misled. Even when you get the wrong, these hardcore criminals, they easily fall for them. And of course, we have had a number of violent bouts from them. And then we also realize that a number of them live in denial. And of course, somehow, because they come from the urban centers, it becomes easy to connect their criminal cells from out, even when they are inside.
Wow.
Because even inside there, they steal. They will steal from their friends. They will form up some cocoons, and you find them really very unique now. And that's why, because of that character, the rehabilitation element is a bit problematic. Unfortunately, the majority of them are on minor offenses, or what we call misdemeanors or pet offenses. These are offenses whose conviction don't go beyond 2 years. So they don't get to have enough time to go through our sentence management regimes, so that by the time they come out, they are much better.
Okay.
While these other ones who take like 5-10 years, they have all the time. We also have all the time to take them through this rigorous system. These ones sometimes are short-termers, and that's why a number of times they have ended up reoffending. They have become habitual offenders. Now, the environment that they are going back. Remember, these people from the rural areas, they even have the audacity to leave prison and say, me, I had gone to Sudan to do business, but my business has collapsed. I have come back home. But now, if you are staying, let's say, in this ghetto of Katwe, and you have spent 1 year, by the time you come, you'll find a very different setup, and you cannot fit. So you have to relocate. They are a very mobile team, and that's why reoffending becomes very common with them. Vulnerability becomes very easy with them, and that's why I think the urban planners have to think very hard. You know, this ghetto thing, I needed to add on to my sister's assertion. When you go to geography, there is what they call Costello's model of development, from the center to the periphery. Normally, the nucleus of urbanization is for the high class, the professional, and the like, but alongside what they call the suburbs,
Yes.
that's where now some of these people come in to whom it may concern. And because they are coming from different walks of life, they are coming with a lot of frustrations. A number of them are even are juveniles. They are running away from homes, they are running away from domestic violence, so they end up forming a unique. And that's why those who studied the geography of the time, before they baptized this beautiful name ghetto, those used to be known as slums. And when they would tell you the characteristics, the problems, and the consequences of slums, my friend, you would not even want to go near. I had a chance, I must confess, I had a chance to interface with the real ghetto during COVID when we were distributing food. Because I was the overall coordinator for food distribution from prisons, I had about 1,000 staff. But in some of these places like the Kasokoso, the Kazoangola, this Katwe, you see, you enter a room of 7 by 7 feet, and out of it 20 people come. They don't have a toilet, they don't have a kitchen, they don't have, you really wonder how they even live. Yes, we are saying the prisons is congested, but the ghetto is worse off. At least there is a systematic way of handling things. There, it is another world. So, and that trauma alone, managing these people out of this trauma becomes very hard.
Okay. Thank you very much, Senior Commissioner of Prisons. You know, when I was growing out